It is what it is. John's going to have this game plan, and it's probably going to take him 30 seconds. All right, John, what's the game plan to defeat these red hot Rams?
Do you know what my favorite ice cream is, Wayne? Do you know what my favorite ice cream is?
I can't remember. Rocky
It's
Road?
straight up vanilla, man. I'm like that
Oh,
guy. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. And that's what this game should be. You run your base package on offense, defense, special teams, and you say, I want execution. That's it. We're not throwing counter plays. We're not doing all that stuff. We are running basic vanilla. I want to see if you can operate our basic scheme at an NFL game type level, and we'll see what happens. Our depth is better than their depth. There's no question about that. They have a lot
agreed.
more younger depth.
Agreed.
And so that's a little variable. But the Rams are a top heavy squad. That's the way that they have established their team. All their top heavy guys not playing. Not playing. So I want to go out there and out fundamental them. I want to go out there and out execute them. That's what I want to see. Offense, defense, special teams. We do us. Probably going to see this team soon. Right? Kyle Shanahan's alluded to that. They beat the Cowboys, which I think they're on par with the Cowboys. I think that's a coin flip game. You're going to be seeing this team again. If Matt Stafford plays the way Matt Stafford's been playing, they've won 6 out of 7. I know a lot of people are scared of the Rams. I'm not. But I think they've got an opportunity to go out there for sure. So keep it vanilla. Don't show too much, even though you play them all the time and we know each other and we coach together and all that, whatever else. Keep it vanilla. Go out there, execute. You win your one-on-one matchups. Get this dub. Extend the back-to-back. I'm wearing the freaking Conquer the West shirt. Thank you, JP. Extend back-to-back years undefeated in the NFC West. I want this game. I do. But I don't want to tip my hat too much to what's going to come in the playoffs.
I agree 100%. For Applesauce got a bunch of questions. He says, Breezy and John, don't forget, we will not be playing all Rams ones. They will do the similar snaps. And he also wanted to know what their depth would look like in this particular game.
They broke the record the Rams broke the record for most undrafted free agents to make the roster, the 53-man roster. Like
they had to. They had no choice.
they had no draft picks. They had no money, and they just undrafted draft picks galore. Now, a lot of them have panned out. A lot of them haven't. And so, yeah, this is good for them too, because now they get to see what their future is going to look like and who hits and who doesn't. But as far as the talent level, that's the side of the Niners. And now execution, we'll see. That's what the game's going to determine.
And so, like, sometimes sometimes you could be the most talented, but be the most poorly executed, make the most mistakes. Talent doesn't mean you're better. And so that's where I come in and I'm like, but those guys have been playing a little bit together. They all came in undrafted. They all came in kind of like the same way. They've been together a little bit longer. They might be a little bit more cohesive. They might be a little bit more better in executing. But the Niners got to win this game, hands down. Like, period. End of discussion by any means necessary. Corey says, Wayne, Breezy, John, what are the ranking on the Lambs?
Right. Yeah, I got that right here. Just so you know. So offensively, the Rams are 8th in
they're up there, top 10.
They're 7th in total yards. Defensively, 19th in points scored and 19th in yards. However, their last 3 games, Giants, Saints, Commanders, 3 of the worst offenses in the NFL, and they've handled them. But they have played very well. I mean, they lost in overtime against the Ravens. They beat the Browns in Joe Flacco's first game back. So they got some quality wins. And a big reason why that's taken place is their defense has finally started to catch on and play like a top 10 unit. They were terrible the first half. Defense is playing better, still not great, but better. And that's why they've been able to stay in these games.
Rashawn Booth says, what about Jeremy McNichols at running back? I don't think they can.
Been elevated twice already.
Yeah, he's done. They would have to offer. So, guys, with the practice squad guys, you can only be elevated 2 times. And then if the Niners want to offer you, the rule is they would have to offer the player a contract. And I don't think they're
got to cut somebody else
and then make them to the active roster. Yeah, and I don't think they need him to be that guy. He served his purpose, at the time. We got a super chat contribution that we'll probably close out the show with. My man James Welsh. John, touchdown, baby.
Yeah, we should be talking about the divisional opponent. What do you think? Who do you think that'd be? Who would you not want to play? I don't care about anybody in the NFC. Probably the Packers would be my least favorite, but that's just because they're a new unknown and whatever else, and the way their team's pretty solid, very, very solid depth. One of the best, like, well-rounded teams, but they don't have elite talent anywhere. They have 0 Pro Bowlers. So that would be the one that I'm just like, kind of like, But the NFC, I have no issues playing any team in the NFC. It's not a quality division.
Yeah, man, I agree with you 1,478%. Look, I don't think any team pumps fear into the San Francisco 49ers. I've been staple on saying the only way the Niners will lose is if they beat themselves. And so I'm going to continue to say that. Like, they just need to go out there and stick to their game plan, make small, minor adjustments when need be, and they can beat any team that comes up in front of them and that they have to face. But if I did have to pick a team, and if I had to pick an unknown team, it would be the Detroit Lions. And it's basically simply because Dan Campbell is just a motherfucking fireball, like straight up. And so the Niners will have to play fireball-based football, which means they got to be aware of anything Dan Campbell may do. We've watched Dan Campbell go 2-point conversions, go for it on 4th and 27s. Like, that's what you got to be prepared. The moment you get caught sleeping is the moment you give up an explosive play on a play that they should be punting. So it would be the Lions for me. They really don't have anything to lose. They feel like they'll be able to contest and be back. The Niners, they're all in. And they need to make sure that they're on their P's and Q's week in and week out. So no team fears me, but if I had to stay away from a team, it'd be the Lions.
Yeah, I like that. Now, the only time you can play the Lions is the NFC Championship because we're 1, they're 3, or 2. They could be 2. So it's impossible to play them the divisional round. I think the most likely situation is the Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah.
That's
which I want to see. Like, that's what I want. Give me Eagles. Give me Birds. Stay away from the Rams.
I like it.
All right. John, what a great show, man. You are just one of the most amazing people of all time. I want to make sure I got to some most of the questions. One more question from Kali. Better acquisition, Chase or Randy Gregory?
Chase. Chase is better. You paid more, but not a lot more. Chase would be the one.
And then last but not least, from my man Manley, you think they will put Debo in like they did in the simulation game? Debo will probably start the game. I think they get a series. I think, John, let's talk about the starters real quick in this particular game. They get a series, right? They get a series with Sam Darnold, and you see what they can do. And if they score, they score. If they don't, they out.
Yeah, I could see Kyle tell him, look, y'all go down and score in the opening possession. You know, my 5 key starters, you're out. Trent, Debo, Ayuk, George, Kyle Juszczyk, you're out. If not, you know, we might see 3 drives. So you go out there and have a bad drive, we might see three drives. So that's usually the way he handles things. And, you know, when I think about to all the preseason games with Kyle, he's like, well, I felt like I saw enough and they were doing well, so I decided to get them out. Like, that's usually the logic that, you know, Shanahan goes through. So they go out and do well early. Y'all get to ride the bench and chill and cheer on your teammates, which is what they want.
This is what they want. They get to be mini coaches. I kind of like that. And you can kind of see them kind of be the big brothers of the guys that's out there. Like, I want to see Debo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk like schooling freaking Ronnie Bell when he goes out there. I just want to see things like that. Score prediction, John, we out of here, bro. And you can take us home right after your score prediction.
I'm gonna go 17-13. 17-13. I don't think this is gonna be a fun one.
I got you. I'm going 24-13.
Ooh, okay.
I think the Niners get up 24 points. They get 3 touchdowns and a field goal. That's me. That's
3 touchdowns. I would sign up for that right now.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.